Our devotions at staff meeting last week led into a rather extended discussion on prayer. What is prayer? What is it for God to answer prayer? How do we pray? How does God answer prayers? And especially, what is it when we pray and the answer that we hope for, perhaps even expect, is not forthcoming? In a little book of daily readings from the works of Martin Luther, there's a page titled, "Wait for the Lord Your God." And there's a quote from Martin Luther's exposition of 4 comforting psalms, a little work that he wrote in the year 1526. And he talks about what it is to wait for and expect God's answer to our prayers. It begins with a quote of Psalm 130, verse 5, where it says, "I wait for the Lord." Martin Luther writes, "There are some people, and I would suggest perhaps not just some people, but many people, and myself included, and maybe you also, some people who want to show God the goal, and to determine the time and the manner, and at the same time suggest how they wish to be helped. And if things do not turn out as they wish, they become faint-hearted, or if they can, they seek help elsewhere. They do not wait upon God. Instead, God should wait for them and be ready at once to help them in the way they have planned. But those who truly wait upon God ask for grace, and they leave it free for God's good pleasure, how, where, and by what means he shall help them. They do not despair of help, yet they do not give it a name. They rather leave it to God to baptize and to name it, however long it may be delayed. But whoever names the help does not receive it, for he does not await and suffer, that is, permit the counsel, will, and tarrying of God." In other words, if we tell God what we need and when and how, we may close the door on what God might ultimately do. And it doesn't necessarily mean that God won't help, that God won't answer our prayers, but it might mean that when that help comes, we may not recognize it as from God. The reading ends with a quote from Psalm 27. "Wait for the Lord, be strong. Let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord your God." Let this be our challenge for today. It's not easy, but let this also be our encouragement and our comfort for today. Let this be light for today. I'm Pastor Mark Erlaub.